Hello and selamat sejahtera. My name is Fransu Anak Rawin.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Faiz.
Hello guys, my name is Muhammad Akmal bin Daud.
Introduction. You no doubt have an image of who you are. It consists about your feelings and stuff. For example, like your strength, your weakness, your abilities, or your limitation. Next is your self-concept developed from at least 4 sources: the image, the comparison, the teachings, and the way you interpret and evaluate. Firstly, the image. The image is when others see about yourself and then they reveal to you. Next, the comparison. The comparison is you make a comparison with others. Next is the teachings. The teachings is teachings about your culture or teachings about your family culture. And the lastly is the way you interpret and evaluate your own thought and behavior. Next is self-awareness. Self-awareness is extent to which you will be one day. Or for example, the more you know about yourself, you will understand who you are. Next is Johari window models. There are 4: open self, blind self, hidden self, and unknown self. Open self. Open self is information about yourself that you and others know. And then the blind self. Blind self is information about yourself that others know but you don't know. And next is hidden self. Hidden self is something that you know but others do know. And the lastly is unknown self. Unknown self is you and others do know about yourself. Next is increasing self-awareness. Firstly, ask yourself about yourself. You can ask yourself about who you are. What type of yourself? Next is listens to other. Listens to other is apa yang dia orang buat, and then kita ikut pula apa yang dia buat. Contoh macam dia buat derma, lepas tu kita ikut dia buat derma sebab kita nampak dia buat derma. Actively seek information about yourself. Yang saya faham ialah awak semua boleh tengok diri sendiri dengan selalu mengingat kembali apa yang awak semua dah lakukan. Contoh macam awak lakukan sesuatu yang tidak bagus, awak sendiri boleh perbaiki perkara itu supaya awak menjadi seseorang yang lebih kepada perkara yang positif. Next is see your different self. Apa yang saya faham is awak boleh tengok yang awak punya perbezaan. Kalau saya boleh bagi contoh, cara bercakap dengan your friends, your parents and the prime minister. Kalau bercakap dengan kawan-kawan ni selalunya akan bercakap macam santai je kan. Tapi dengan parents, awak kena lebih formal, lebih kepada hormat kepada orang tua. Tapi untuk prime minister, awak kena lebih lagi hormat diorang. Lastly is increase your open self. What I can explain is, for example, kalau kita buat derma untuk rumah orang tua ataupun anak yatim, dan orang lain juga dia akan tengok kita buat derma dan diorang akan ikut kita buat derma tu. Jadi itu menunjukkan kita telah menyatakan kepada semua orang yang kita ni suka derma, dan orang lain juga akan ikut. Sebab kita dan orang lain juga fikir yang derma ni ialah satu aktiviti yang sangat bagus, sebab ianya lebih kepada menolong orang yang lebih memerlukan. Jadi bila kita perlukan pertolongan daripada orang lain, dan orang lain juga akan menolong kita suatu hari nanti bila kita dalam kesusahan.
With my part, which is self-esteem. Self-esteem is the value you place yourself when you feel good about yourself, about who you are and what you are capable of doing. You will perform better. It means like we're proud about ourselves and believe that what we do is the best. Next is the 5 suggestions for increasing self-esteem. Okay, first is attack your self-destructive belief. Being honest with yourself as you can and ask yourself if you wholly believe. Always believe what you can do. Next, secure affirmation. That remind yourself of your success, that you focus on your good acts, your positive qualities, strength and more. The third one is seek out nourishing people. They are optimists, they are reward you, they are stroke you, and they make you feel good about yourself. For example, find someone that always praise you and always support whatever you do. Moreover, work on projects that will result in success. When a project does fail, recognize that this does not mean that you are a failure. Failure is something that happen, it's not something inside you. So always think positive and try hard until you success. Last one is remind yourself of your success. Next is perception interpersonal communication. Perception is the process by which you become aware of objects, events, and especially people through your sense. Perception is an active, not a passive process. Next, there is 5 interpersonal perception stages. Stage 1 is stimulation. Your sense organs stimulate, similar response. For example, when you hear a new song and smell food. Next is selective attention. You attend to those things that you anticipate will fulfill your needs or will prove enjoyable. Next is selective exposure. You expose yourself to people or message that will confirm your existing belief and prove satisfying in some way. Next is stage 2, which is organization. There are 3 interesting ways in which people organize their perceptions. The first one is rules, next schemata and scripts. The first one, organized by rules. Temporal rule. Things occurring together in time belong together. Next is similarity. Things that are physically similar, things that look alike, belong together and form a unit. For example, police. Contrast is opposite of similarity. The second one is organization by schemata. Mental templates or structures that help you organize the millions of items of information you come into contact with every day, as well as those you already have in memory. The third one is organization by script. A script is an organized body of information about some action, event, or procedure. Stage 3, interpretation evaluation. Greatly influenced by your experience, needs, wants, values, belief about the way things are or should be, expectations, physical and emotional state. Stage 4, memory. Your perception and their interpretations and evaluations are put into memory. They are stored so that you may ultimately retrieve them at some later time. It seems like memory card in our phone that keep all our picture and video. And for this one, for our memory, is store what we have do, seen, hear since we kid until now. The final stage is recall. You may want to recall or access the information you have stored in memory. Bismillah, you want to remember something that happened in your past, like when you still kid, you remember you playing with your friend, something like that. Something like that. So that's all for me. Thank you, and I hope you guys can understand what I explain about this chapter.
Okay, the first is self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, the point is prediction that come true because you act on it. Act on your schema as if it were true, and in doing also it's true. Next, 4 basic steps. Make a prediction for formulate. Second, act toward the person or situation. Third, act as if the belief were true, it becomes true. Fourth, observe your effect on the person or the resulting situation and what you see. Each person has a subconscious or implicit theory that say which characteristic of an individual. Next, halo effect. It means believe a person has some positive qualities. Next, reverse halo or horn effect is now a person possesses several negative qualities, more likely to enter that the person also has other negative qualities. The other 6 point in this chapter is a perceptual accentuation, practical implication of primacy, consistency, attribution over retribution, and the fundamental attribution error.
About analyze perception or impression. First one, you must recognize your own role in perception. Your emotional and physiological state will influence the meaning you give your perception. What that means? That means your own action. Then avoid early conclusion. Avoid the one cue conclusion. Look for a variety of cues pointing in the same direction. Then check perception. There's another way to reduce uncertainty and to make your perception more accurate. There are 2 steps of perception checking. The first one, to describe what you see or hear, recognizing that descriptions are not really objective, but are heavily influenced by who you are, your emotional state, and so on. Second one, seek confirmation. Ask another person if your description is accurate. Then to reduce uncertainty. Reducing uncertainty enables us to achieve greater accuracy in perception. And then there are a variety of strategies that can help to reduce uncertainty. The first one, to observing another person while he or she is engaged in an active task, preferably interacting with another person in informal social situation. Second, you can sometimes manipulate situation so as to observe the person in more specific and revealing context. The third one, reading the exchange between the other group members before you say anything yourself. The fourth one, you can collect information about person through asking others. And the last one, but not least, interact with the individual, which means meeting the individual yourself. Okay guys, so that's it for our presentation. Thank you for enjoying this. I hope you all enjoy, and thank you.